Hello everyone, welcome to Voxel. So in this video we're gonna see another common part 1 topic, that's hometown. So we have already seen work or study. So we have seen how to attempt those kind of questions, and in this video we're gonna see about hometown. So what kind of questions you can expect to tackle in this particular topic. So without further ado, let's start. So you can be asked, where is your hometown located, or where is your hometown? Okay, where you come from, something like that. Can you tell me about your hometown? Things like that. So these kind of questions are like quite common. So how can you attempt this particular type of question? So, my hometown is a small town nestled in the countryside, about 2 hours away from the capital city. So, basically, we are telling them where our hometown is located in my particular country. So, if your hometown is like located somewhere in the north, okay, you can say in the northern side of my country, in the southern side, eastern, western, north, south, center, whatever. Oh, sorry, northeast, southeast, northwest, southwest, in the center. Okay, wherever it is, or you can say like this, like it's 2 hours away from the capital, or whichever is the famous like landmark near your hometown. It's surrounded by lush green fields and rolling hills, which makes it incredibly peaceful. So now you can tell something about your hometown. So if your hometown is like surrounded by mountains or surrounded by hills, you can talk about that. If your hometown is landlocked, basically surrounded by land from all side, you can talk like that. So you can say my hometown, it's a landlocked area. Okay, so you can talk like that. To be honest, it's the kind of place where everyone knows each other, so it feels like one big family. So if your hometown is not a big place, okay, so some usually in small cities, small towns or small places, small areas, people usually, most people know each other by name. So if your hometown is like that, you can say everyone knows each other. So but if you're living in a big city, so obviously it's not possible, or it's not like feasible to know everybody by name or everybody. So you can change the answers like that. Like just say if you are from a big city, you can say my hometown is a big city. Okay, it's bustling with people. Okay, there are a lot of malls, shopping centers, cinemas, super multiple access, whatever there are like facilities are available in your hometown, you can talk about that. Okay, so depending what kind of hometown you live in, what kind of hometown you have, you can describe it like that. Okay, moving forward, you can be asked, what do you like most about your hometown? So here what examiner is asking you about, examiner is asking about the things that you like about your hometown. So I have seen students getting stuck in such kind of question. They tend to overthink like what kind of things they should pick. What my suggestion is sorry about that. My suggestion is whatever comes to your mind first should be your answer. Do not tend to overthink, do not overthink. So if something is coming, whatever is coming to your mind, that should be your answer. Let's see the answer now. I absolutely love the sense of community in my hometown. Okay, so I have given the answer to this particular question. Now I'm going to expand on it. People are always willing to lend a helping hand, and there's a real warmth to the atmosphere. So I'm telling them basically the sense of community, and I'm explaining on that. Plus, so plus means to say I'm giving some extra information. The natural scenery is breathtaking, especially during the sunrise when the mist rolls over the hills. It's the perfect place to unwind. So I'm telling them one they I like basically I'm telling them to about two things. One is community, sense of community in my hometown, because people are always willing to help each other, so you feel like a part of a community. Second is the atmosphere, the natural scenery, because during the sunrise when the mist rolls over. It's a perfect place to unwind. So unwind just means relax. So it's sort of your high level vocabulary, so as to speak. So if you want to like think like that, you can say. But you will see these kind of vocabulary in common English or in general spoken English when native speak are quite common. These words are quite common. Okay, so if you like something else, like you like the shopping centers in your hometown. I absolutely love the shopping centers in my hometown. Whenever I feel bored, you can say what you do there. Like whenever I feel bored, I go there to kill my time, to pass my time with my loved ones, with my friends. Okay, we do window shopping most of the times. Okay, do whatever that's coming to your mind, or whatever you do in your hometown that you enjoy, that you like about your hometown, you should talk about that. Do not worry what everybody else is giving, the answer of everyone else. You have to worry about the answer that you are giving. Okay, you are just responsible for your answer, not anybody else's. I hope it is clear. Okay, moving forward. How has your hometown changed over the years? Now the examiner is trying to ask you about the past and the present. Okay, the changes that happened in the present in reference to the past in your hometown. So you have to talk about the past and the present here. Over the years, my hometown has grown quite a bit. Okay, so I'm telling them, like, over the years my hometown has grown. New shops and restaurants have popped up and the roads have been improved. However, some things remain the same, like the annual festivals and the friendly vibe. So here I'm telling about the changes that that have occurred in my hometown, like restaurants, new shops, okay, roads. They are like new shops and restaurants have been built and roads have been improved. Okay, but some things, on the other hand, some things remain the same, like annual festivals and the friendly vibe. So if you have something else in your hometown, if something else changed in your hometown over the past few years, like you can say, like when I was a child, my hometown had A, B, C type of things, but now or at present, it has A, C, D, E, F types of things. So again, I'm telling you, you can give one or two changes, maximum three. Do not give more than list longer than that. Otherwise, examiner will just think you're trying to consume the time by giving a list of words, and that those list of words don't mean anything actually. So one or two, maximum three changes or things you can list, but do not go beyond that. So two being the sweet spot should be your like limit. Okay, so let's just say if you want to say, in your hometown, like when I was a kid, my hometown barely had any shopping malls. Like there were only few shops on the main street that were selling branded clothes. But whatever the change you think, or whatever happened when you were a kid, but now there are a lot of shopping malls selling branded clothes. In fact, we have a lot of franchises that have recently opened. Like 2 months ago, Starbucks recently opened in my hometown. So but in the past, things like that were not even like in my wildest dream these things will be in my hometown. So you can explain whatever changes have occurred in your hometown over the years, but try to be truthful so that you don't have to overthink for part 1. Okay, moving forward. While progress is good, I sometimes miss the simplicity of the past. Now I have given my opinion. Though progress is good, obviously I'm not criticizing the progress, but sometimes I miss the simplicity. So my hometown was quite simple. It was a peaceful, serene place. Though development change is like inevitable, obviously, but sometimes I miss the simplicity. Okay, I hope it's clear. Moving forward. Did you enjoy growing up there? Why or why not? Now, what examiner is asking us? Examiner is asking us about our feelings when we were kid? Like, did I enjoy when I was a kid? Like, so if yes, why? If not, why not? Let's see the answer first. Yes, I did. So what I'm doing right now is I'm giving the answer, direct answer to the question. Growing up in such a close knit community taught me the value of relationships and trust. There was always something fun to do, whether it was playing cricket in the park or attending local fairs. That said, I'd feel a bit restricted at times because there weren't many entertainment options compared to bigger cities. So I have told the examiner, yes, I enjoyed because of ABC these things, but that said just means, so what that said means, but I did feel a bit restricted, but there was obviously some kind of restrictions that I felt because there were not too many entertainment options. So let me highlight this. So that said just means but. Okay. So but I feel restricted because at times because there weren't many entertainment options. So entertainment options were limited. So that's why I felt, wait a minute guys. So because of the lack of such options, I felt a bit restricted as compared to bigger cities. We didn't have too many entertainment options. Like we didn't have gaming zones or uh, too many parks, things like that. So you can include that as well, and I would encourage you to do that. I am not giving you I am giving you like a general answer so that you can twist and tweak according to your needs. Okay, I'm not being too specific so that you cannot relate with it. So you all, most of you would be able to relate with these answers, and to make them more specific to you, you can twist and tweak some vocabulary and add those particular features that you think are relevant to your answer. Moving forward, why are some popular places to visit, sorry, what are some popular places to visit in your hometown? I was thinking, why are some popular, what are some popular places to visit in your hometown? So what examiner is asking us to do in this particular question? Yes, examiner is asking us to give some like names of these places or types of places. So I'm get directly giving the answer. One of the must visit spots is the old marketplace, which is buzzing with activity every weekend. So I'm going to explain it a bit further. Then there's the riverbank, where families often gather for picnics. And if you're into history, the ancient temple on the outskirts of town is definitely worth checking out. It's steeped in legends. So I'm telling the examiner three places you can visit. You can also, like I told earlier, you can talk about only one place. If you can think of one place in your hometown that's popular, or you can talk about two or three places. But do not go beyond that. Do not like make a long list. Again, I'm telling you again and again, so that it get etched to your memory, so you will not forget it. So I'm telling about the old marketplace. That's the one place I'm telling you you can visit. Second is the riverbank where you can go for picnics. And third is the Asian temple, because if you are into history, you want to see like the history of my hometown, you can go there. And it's steeped in legends. It's filled in legends. Like there are a lot of folk stories about it. Okay, people usually go there in large numbers because of its popularity. So if there is something else about your hometown that's popular, you can mention that. Like if there is some kind of garden that has some historical references, if there is some kind of art gallery that's popular, people come from like far away to visit that, or some kind of other man-made material or other natural beauty that people come to see from other places, you can talk about that and you can elaborate on that. Okay, moving forward, would you prefer living in a big city or staying in your hometown, and why? So what the examiner is trying to do in this particular question? Yes, examiner is asking us to pick one. Like, would I prefer to live in a big city or staying in my own hometown? Because I have told the examiner in the first question that I live in a small town. It's not a big city, not a big place. So examiner is asking like that. But for example, if you have said in the first question, I live in a big city, the question can be, would you prefer living in a smaller town or staying in your current place, okay, current hometown? Why? So according to your answer that you begin with, the questions will have some sort of twist and tweaks. So do not think that this particular question will be asked like this. It can be asked in many different way, but many different ways, but you get the general idea what kind of questions, if you are given, how to deal with those kind of questions. So you have to be very careful about the information that is being asked by the examiner. Let's see the answer to this now. Then we will discuss some alternative answers as well. It's a tough call, but I think I'd prefer living in a big city for now. The opportunities for career growth and exposure to diverse cultures are unmatched. Having said that, I'd still want to return to my hometown someday because it's where my roots are after all. So that's my answer. So what I'm giving that, well, it's a tough call. That basically shows that the answer to this question is not as simple, okay, as it looks. Okay, it will be like a two-sided answer for me because I'm not able to pick one side. But I'm saying that for now, so it's very important to understand, for now, like at present, I think I'd prefer living in a big city. Okay, like if I talk about right now, like at my age, I would prefer to live in a big city. I have now given the reasons why. Because the opportunities for career growth and exposure to diverse cultures are unmatched. So obviously I am in the phase of my age or in my life that where I have to focus on my career. Okay, so if you have something else to focus on, you can talk about that. Okay, if you have, like if you are like in your teenage, or if you are like in your 20s, so you have to focus on your career. You have to like earn income, stable income, something like that. So focusing on career becomes paramount. So you can say the opportunities for career growth and something else. Okay, and I have chosen this: exposure to diverse cultures. So obviously in big cities, people from different parts of the country or different parts of the, sometimes if you are living in uh, cities that are popular worldwide, okay, going to cities, okay, like New York, London, if you are talking about in Asian, like in Tokyo, Delhi, Beijing, things like that. You will see people from different countries there as well. So you can say exposure to different cultures are unmatched, because it will not only, it will help you to expand your horizon, broaden your horizon. So that's what I want to say here. That's what I mean here. Okay, and then having said that is just another way to say but, because we do not want to repeat but again and again, obviously for obvious reasons. So having said that, I'd still want to return to my hometown someday because it's where my roots are after all. So I'm telling them, yes, I for now I would like to go to a bigger city or a big city so that I can uh, have make my career, make my bright future, bright career, whatever words you want to use. Okay, but like when I retire or later on in my life, I would like to return to my hometown because it's where I belong. Okay, so I feel a sense of belongingness here. That's why I would like to return. But for any reason, if you do not want to return to your hometown because you don't view yourself retiring here because of lack of amenities, lack of any like nostalgia or something like that. So if you don't want to return to your hometown, you do not have to, because examiners, they are not there to judge you like why don't you want to come back to your hometown. For example, if examiner asks, would you like to come back to your hometown, and if your answer is no, do not hesitate, say no. No, I don't want to return to my hometown. Reason ABC, whatever your reason is, because of the condition of these roads, because of the lack of amenities, because of X reason, whatever the reason is, because of this reason, I don't see me returning in the foreseeable future. That I don't think that I would be returning anytime soon, or I would be returning at all. So do not think giving no as an answer would have any negative impact on your scores. So because it will not. Examiners, they are not there to judge your opinions, they are there to judge your English. Okay, so don't worry if your answer is no. Okay, moving forward. Is your hometown known for any particular food or tradition? So again, here examiner is asking you about any popular food or tradition of your hometown that's famous. So in the previous question, they were asking about any particular place that's famous, but for this particular question, they're asking about not place, food or tradition. So you have to tweak your answer accordingly. Absolutely. So that's my answer. Yes, there is. But let's just say I don't think so it will happen. But what, for instance, there will be some places that are not famous for anything. So because there are not a lot of people there, they are quite quiet. They are like quiet places. So there is not of incoming and outgoing there. So if there is no any particular food or tradition that is famous, okay, you can say no, don't worry about that. But you have to explain why, because it's a small place, only 20 families live here, something like that. So you can expand on that. We will see to like we will see about this answer later, but first let's see what we have written here. My hometown is famous for its spicy street food, especially the grilled corn topped with chili powder and lime. So I'm talking about the food that's famous of my hometown. As for traditions, the annual Harvest Festival is a huge deal. Families come together to celebrate with music, dance, and feasts. It's truly a sight to behold. So I'm talking about food in the first two sentences, and then I'm talking about the tradition in the next two sentences. So this way I can expand my answer without having to overthink for explanations or anything else. So I have told them yes, obviously. If I talk about food, my hometown is famous for its spicy street food. And then I have told a particular, you can say, food or item on the menu that's famous in my hometown: grilled corn topped with chili powder and lime. So if your hometown people like to eat any other particular dish, you can mention that. For example, if your hometown people like to eat salad, especially this particular salad, or pizzas or burgers, or like chickens, or like roasted chickens, grilled chickens, whatever type of food that is famous in your hometown, so you can give example of that, so that it can vocabulary can be particular to this particular question, specific to this particular question. And then as for traditions, is the but just a connector to tell the examiner about. Now I'm talking about tradition, so you can talk about any tradition that is famous. So let's just say if harvesting or farming is like main source of income of your people in your state or in your hometown, you can talk about harvest festivals. Okay, if your hometown is famous for industries, you can talk about some other festival. Okay, you can talk about for example, if you are living in India, you can talk about Diwali festival, that's like quite popular all across the nation. Or you can talk about New Year, or you can talk about any other religious festival that is famous in your hometown. Okay, you can talk about any festival, any tradition that is famous in your hometown. Doesn't matter if it is famous worldwide or not, but if it's famous in your hometown, that's your answer. I hope it is clear. Okay, moving forward, how often do you visit your hometown now? So, what this question refers to that how often do you visit, do you come to your hometown? So, first, let me see the answer, then we will see the other side of the answer. I try to visit at least once or twice a year, usually during holidays or special occasions. It's always nice to catch up with relatives and revisit familiar places. Even though I don't live there anymore, it still feels like home whenever I go back. So I'm telling them, obviously from my first sentence it's clear that I do not live there, so that's why I told them I try to visit there at least once or twice a year. Okay, when? Usually during holidays or special occasions. So I told the examiner, when I visit or when I come to my hometown. So these are the like events when I come to my hometown. It's always nice to catch up with the relatives and revisit familiar places. So what I do when I go there. So even though I don't live there, it still feels like home whenever I go back. So now we will look at the other answer. Let's just say if you live in your hometown, so you will not say I'll visit my hometown every day. Obviously, do not give such answers because you visit only those places where you don't live. Okay, for like small amount of time. So your you visit like if you say I visit ABC place. So you go there for a small amount of time. You do not live there. Obviously, if you live in your hometown, you do not visit it. So what you will do if you live in your hometown? So well, I live in my hometown. How often do you visit your hometown now? Actually, I lived here. So actually meaning to say I'm gonna emphasize on some particular information. Actually, I live here. So obviously visiting here is out of the question because I live here. So now you can say if you are looking forward to live here in the future as well, or if you are thinking of going abroad. Obviously if you're giving the exam, you are looking forward to go abroad for like higher studies or for any other purpose. So you can talk about that, but I'm thinking of going to ABC place because of my career or because there I want to study my favorite subject or whatever thing you want to do there. You can talk about that. I hope it is clear. Moving forward, what improvements would you suggest for your hometown? Now, what this question is demanding us to do? This question is asking us about our suggestion about like what improvements I would like to suggest, like our advice, our suggestion about improving our hometown. So let's see the answer, then we will see some alternative answers as well. I think better public transportation would make a huge difference. Right now, getting around can be a bit inconvenient unless you own a car. Additionally, more recreational facilities like gyms or libraries would encourage younger generations to stay and contribute to the community. So, what I am doing here right now is I am telling the examiner what I think would help to make my hometown better. So I think better public transportation would make a huge difference. So that's my main idea. First of all, that I want to improve. Okay, sorry about that. I want to improve the public transportation of my hometown because right now getting around, basically going from one place to another, can be a bit inconvenient unless you own a car, because public transportation is not readily available. You have to wait a lot for buses to arrive. The frequency of buses, departure and arrival of buses, the frequency is not like up to the mark right now. Maybe there is a lot of delay, or the difference between one and the second bus is a lot, so people have to wait a lot, so it's a bit inconvenient. Or maybe there's a lot of the number of buses are not sufficient, so there's a lot of crowd. Buses are usually overcrowded, so that it can be any reason, because but it is inconvenient. unless you own a car. Until you have your own car, it's not easy to go from place A to place B. Okay. Additionally, basically, I just want to add one more thing: more recreational facilities. So, recreation facilities are those facilities where you go to spend your free time, like gyms and libraries. So, I have told them like these kind of facilities I'm talking about. So, if you only say recreational facilities, though it is a good vocabulary, the vocabulary is good, but it will not help you to achieve like a higher band scores, because you are not giving the examiner the context of those facilities. Okay, it will across like memorized terms. So like gyms and libraries would encourage younger generations to stay and contribute to the community. So that's why I think these kind of improvements are necessary in my hometown. But if you think that some other kind of improvement are necessary, okay, in your hometown, okay, you can talk about that. Like you can talk about, like, if you think the condition of roads is not good or is not up to the mark in your hometown, you can talk about the condition of the roads. If you think your hometown needs better medical facilities, you can talk about the medical facilities or the inconvenience caused due to the lack of medical facilities. If you think about educational facilities, like colleges are not in your hometown, so students have to go to other towns or cities to study for higher studies, things like that. If that's the case, you can talk about that. Oh, let's see what other things, or you can talk about recreational facilities. Like you can say we don't have cinemas. If there are like no one or two cinemas, like if you think the number of cinemas are not sufficient, you can say we need more cinemas in my hometown so people can enjoy with their family members. Okay. Or let's say if there are no, if there are no like if there are fewer parks, you can say more parks are needed, or pubs, clubs, whatever facility you think is lacking in your hometown, you can talk about that. Okay. It's not your concern what other people think about your hometown, like what they think it's lacking or not. It's your speaking, your answer. You can say whatever you think about that. Okay, moving forward. Can you compare your hometown with other cities you have visited? So now you have to compare your hometown with other cities that you have visited. Like maybe it is one or two cities you have visited in your entire life, but you have to give some comparisons. Let's see the answer first, then we will see some alternates. Sure. Compared to bustling cities like Mumbai or New York, my hometown is much quieter and slower paced. While those cities offer excitement and endless activities, they can also feel overwhelming. In contrast, my hometown provides a sense of escape which makes it the perfect place to recharge. So, here I'm telling the comparison, I'm telling the examiner what I think of my hometown. So I'm telling that compared to these cities, okay, my hometown is quieter and slower paced. So it just means, or what it infers that Mumbai or New York, if I talk about these cities are a lot noisier and they are faster paced. So I have also told them these cities are for excitement and endless activities. They can feel a bit overwhelming. So they can feel a bit overwhelming to people, some people. But if I talk about my hometown, in contrast, it provides a sense of escape because it's a quieter place, slower paced life here. It makes a perfect place to recharge. So that's why it's perfect for me. So if you think there are some other differences between the cities you have visited in your hometown, you can talk about that. Like if I compare my hometown to the capital of my country, or whatever the city you have visited in your life, or you can say ABC city, in that city you can see these kind of facilities, but in my hometown you can see these kinds of facilities. So you can compare the differences like this also. I hope I'm making it clear. I hope it is making sense. So moving to the 11th question. Do people do you think people in your hometown are friendly? Now they are asking us our opinion of the people of our hometown. Let's see. Definitely, yes. If you think the people of your hometown are friendly, you'll say yes. And if you think no, you'll say definitely not or no. Unfortunately, no. So, whatever your answer is, you should begin accordingly. Let's expand on it now. People in my hometown are some of the friendliest I have ever met. They are always ready to strike up a conversation or offer assistance if needed. It's one of the reasons why visitors often comment on how welcoming the town feels. It's almost like stepping into a warm hug. So I'm telling them, yes, people of my hometown are friendly. In fact, they are some of the friendliest I have ever met. So, friendliest is superlative. Basically, they are the most friendly people that I have ever met. So they are always ready to strike up a conversation, basically just a collocation, meaning they are ready for a small talk, or they are ready to offer you help when needed. So that's the reason. So whenever visitors come to our hometown, they do not feel out of place. They can get help whenever they need. People usually help them if they get in trouble or if they're facing any difficulty. So it's almost stepping into a warm hug. Like if you're hugging someone, it feels you feel some sort of relaxation. It's like for some people it's their comfort zone, if it's their comfort place. So it's if you are people like that, you will know what I mean by this. So it's stepping into a warm hug. I hope it's clear. Moving to the next question, last question of this particular video. If you could live anywhere else, where would it be? So examiner, now it's a hypothetical question. So if you get chance to live anywhere else in the world, like apart from your hometown, do not include your hometown because they are saying anywhere else. So else just means not your hometown. Let me change the color. No. So anywhere else just means apart from your hometown. Where would it be? So let's see the answer. Then we will see some alternates. If I had the chance, I'd love to live in a coastal city like Sydney or Vancouver. Why? The idea of waking up to the ocean views and having access to outdoor activities like surfing or hiking sounds amazing. Still, no matter where I end up, my hometown will always hold a special place in my heart. So that's how I try to expand my answer. So now we are telling them, if I had a chance, or if I got a chance, I'd love to live here A and B place. Then I am telling them why I choose these places, or I would like to live at these places, because these are obviously coastal areas, coastal cities. So waking up to the ocean views or having access to outdoor activities, like what kind of activities? Surfing and hiking sounds amazing. So but doesn't matter where I end up, where I go in my later life, because obviously we don't know what future holds. So wherever I go, my hometown will always have a special place in my heart. So if you want to live at some other place for any other reason, you can talk about that. So it's not compulsory to talk about these cities only. You can talk about any other city for any other reason that fits your profile. Okay, don't worry about that. So this is how you should try to tackle these kind of questions. Again, I'm telling you, the most important thing is understanding the questions and giving the answer accordingly. What your answer is, it the examiner is not going to judge your opinion whether you're saying yes or you're saying no, but the answer should be according to the question. I hope this video has made it clear to you. So let's, like, on the ending note, so if you want band 7 or more, if you're struggling to get band 7 or more, you can enroll in our video course. So here in this video course, you will get in-depth information about speaking, and in speaking you will get the information about the all three parts. Okay, and you will get task 1 and task 2 questions of academic and GT. So you will get the access to these along with the band 9 sample answers for all Cambridge books 1 to 20 for task 1 and task 2 and others as well. So what we will teach you in this video course, we are going to teach you tried and trusted structures for all three parts of speaking. So for all the three parts of speaking and for writing as well, task 1 and task 2. Okay. So we will teach you what teachers are looking for and how to give that to teachers. So because if you have given exams multiple times and still you are stuck at 6 or 6.5, you are not getting 7 or more or your desired band scores, and you don't know what you are doing wrong, and you don't know simply why you are not getting the desired band scores even after doing everything right according to you. So you will be able to understand in this video course what teachers are actually looking for, and we have taught according to the 4 parameters that are given by IELTS official website. So you can go to the IELTS official websites and you can read about those official parameters. We have taught according to that, like what if you want to achieve band 7, what you have to do. If you want to achieve band 8, what you have to do. If you want to achieve band 9, what you have to do. If you're getting band 6 or less, lower than that, what you may be doing wrong, so that's why you are not getting 7 or more. Other than that, if you want to buy, you can also buy our writing correction service, in which we will mark your essays, we will correct your essays according to the 4 parameters, and we will tell you where you are lagging and what you need to do to improve to get your desired band scores. Or you can book 1-to-1 speaking slot. Again, we will tell you about your weaknesses, what you need to do to improve if you are not getting band 7 or more in your speaking or writing. So if you want more information, you can go to our website www.voxel.org, and you can book those services, or you can enroll in the course from our website. I hope it is clear this video has helped you to understand about how to attempt the questions of speaking this particular hometown part question topic of hometown. I will see you in the next video. So till then, take care and goodbye.